Oh, he's in. Good evening everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Tuesday the 7th of November 2023 and tonight I'm heading to FC Hartlepool versus Yarm Eaglescliffe in Northern League Division 2. Now tonight was of course meant to be Washington versus Sunderland West End, but as I implied on Saturday, Washi are of course having a lot of problems with their pitch at the minute, and tonight's game has also paid the price of that, but nevertheless we do have a game for you tonight. So without further ado, let's get into this and let's head on up to Hartlepool. So here I'm in Hartlepool and going into this game this evening, FC Hartlepool are currently in 13th place in the Northern League Division 2 table. They've not had too bad a start to the season, I'd say. This is of course their first season at this level following promotion from the Teesside League, and one thing we can safely say is that the ground tonight will look completely different to what it did that time when we came at the end of the season before last against Leam Rangers. They've obviously had to get it up to a Northern League standard, so I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what that looks like tonight, I've got to say. As for Yarm and Eaglescliffe, they are currently in 6th place, and would you believe it, they've played 18 games and haven't drawn any of them. Of course, I saw them early September when they lost at home to Billingham Town. So, and in fairness, the performance, it wasn't that bad in that game. It was just Billingham Town took a good chance and obviously defended really well on the night and what have you, and Yarm just couldn't break them down. So I think it's going to be an interesting game this night. If there is one thing we can say about FC Hartlepool, it's that their home form has been pretty good so far. They've won the same amount of games as they've lost, which is 6. I think they've played about 15 games or something like that. So yeah, won a couple of draws thrown in there, but just a 1 defeat to the name at home so far. So yeah, that kind of shows that it's going to be tough for Yarm tonight, but I'm expecting this to be a close game, I must say. Obviously, I'm not sure how often, if ever, these two sides have come up against each other. So, got to say, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, obviously, it would have been nice to have finally got Washi ticked off, but it's not to be, and one day somehow I'll get that done. But for now, let's just head to the Greyfields enclosure and find out how it all unfolds.
27 years ago.
So the team's warming up. FC Hartlepool getting ready just here. I think they're going to be in like a red and dark blue kind of colour tonight, I believe. Yarm are getting ready just here. I'm not entirely sure what colours they're going to be in tonight. Of course, the usual colours would be blue and white. But anyway, we'll find out when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match. So the team's coming out onto the pitch, and it is yellow that Yarm are playing in tonight. Arm underway. Ooh. Oh.
mean, when you double hotel, it'll be twice the price you got.
Oh, he's in. Oh no!
You've done the hard part.
Got a chance.
Ooh!
So I'm not sure what's happened, but the referee is having a word with what looks like both managers. I mean, it's certainly been a fiery half, which I'm going to discuss in a second, but yeah, interesting developments here.
Half-time, FC Hartlepool 1, Yarm Eaglescliffe 0. Apparently, what all that referee talking to the managers is apparently she overheard something and was very unpleasant to say the least. I mean, I don't know what it was, don't know the context of it or anything, so I'm not going to speculate, but in terms of the game, it has been a very high-tempered one so far, to say the least. It's been numerous complaints, numerous stoppages, players getting at each other, so just both teams maybe need to calm down a little bit. That's all I'm going to say in it, but I think in terms of the actual play, the FC Hartlepool probably have shaded it. I mean, shortly before they scored, of course, Yarm had that pretty gilt-edged chance which they missed, and from there it's been a game of limited chances, but it's not. I don't think it's been a bad game as such, it's still far from over. I mean, obviously, if Yarm can get an equaliser, that might swing the momentum in their favour, but I think if FC Hartlepool go 2-0 up on current trends, I think that might be possibly a bit too much for Yarm to do. But then again, I have been badly wrong with this thing before, so still quite a way to go yet.
Out over here. Ooh! I think the quick head count, it still seems they're going on there.
Yeah. Good ball that. This is 1-1. Oh, that's a great save, that. Oh. Foul pressure up there, aren't they? Against, well, I think it's Coventry, just like, oh, that's interesting into game, isn't it? Just to seal it. That'd be long left now.
In. A few weeks ago when they played.
Yeah.
And still drew.
I'm sure Warrington didn't lose that game.
Full-time FC Hartlepool 2, Yarm Eaglescliffe 1. The second half, in all fairness, did turn into a pretty good watch for the neutral. You could potentially argue that a draw would have been a fair result based on the fact that FC obviously had chances, Yarm had chances as well, but I think that spell with about 15 minutes or so left where FC really ramped up the pressure, made all the difference really, didn't it? I think like they obviously got the goal in that time, and there was a spell after it where they were looking as though they could well have gone 3-1 up, but in fairness to Yarm, they never gave up on it. It was a close game as I was expecting it to be, and as I mentioned before the game, but yeah, I think that is two sides there that are firmly getting their feet under the table in the Northern League, and two sides that will be tough for anybody to beat, and I think that's what you saw there tonight. I think obviously FC Hartlepool, the home form, generally speaking, has been pretty good, and they showed that once again tonight. But it's quite incredible, isn't it, really, that Yarm have now played 19 games and not yet had a draw, and we're nearly now halfway through the season for them. So could they go the full season without having a single draw? I mean, I guess for certain neutrals and certain grown-ups out there, I mean, they could argue that they're a team to watch, considering if they're not drawing and they're not having any 0-0s. So yeah, if you're not a fan of a 0-0, just get yourself down to watch Yarm Eaglescliffe. So it was good to be back at Northern League tonight. I feel so I've not really done a lot of Northern League over the last few weeks. So I know it was obviously very rife at the start of the season, but it seems to have dropped off a little bit since. But it was good to have a game like that tonight, I must say. And that is that for this video. I'll be back on Saturday with Gateshead versus Dorking Wanderers. So maybe not quite the start we wanted under Rob Elliott, but can we finally get off to winning ways under his management? Check back Saturday to find out. But until then, take care, cheers for watching, see you later.